Oh no! The left testicle! Hello everyone who just likes to squeal in joy at the sight of a tiny boat! Look at it! It's so tiny, the flag is bigger than it. I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. And the first video highlight of something that is now happening per month, once, in me Patreon Discord. So, some time ago, someone, and I don't remember their username off the top of my head, apologies, I totally could have looked that up, suggested that we do monthly building events over in me Patreon Discord, which is available on Patreon, and costs like just over $1 a month to join in. So if you want in on these, there you go. Surprisingly, this wasn't actually supposed to be a video plugging that, but like, there you go. Now you know where to go. Anyway, the first month, November 2025, which is already well over a week ago, because I'm oh so slow. Tiny boats! Why tiny boats? This is not my submission, by the way. We'll get to that. Tiny boats are one of my favorite things to build and see in From the Depths because they are oh so cute and oh so fun to make and oh so simple to make, provided you get the hang of like lining up the propulsion with the center of drag and all that stuff. But you don't really see them that often, like in the campaign or like in tournaments or just like, you don't see them because it's a very non-meta type of vehicle. Basically, the main advantage of a small thing is that it's hard to hit if you make it go fast and make it go zip-zop in a sine wave in every axis possible, which boats cannot do, and they can't be well-armored and they can't be fast because they're in the water, etc, etc, etc. Basically, you've got all the problems of a ship magnified because it is tiny. Tiny things don't do well in From the Depths, and surface vessels don't do as well as flying things or submerged things in From the Depths. So, Yabu sucks. So, I wanted to see people's tiny boats, and that's all this is. There's been some confusion about whether it's a tournament or not. It isn't. I don't care how effective it is. It's a tiny boat. It's not going to be effective. Case in point, let me show you what happens when... wait, why can't I do that? Excuse me? Oh, that's why. So yeah, this is what happens when a tiny boat gets hit with literally anything. That's what happens. So... now that our example tiny boat is gone, let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of these. So the first thing we're going to look at, surprisingly, is the sarcastic response to that. So this is Spaiku Trapsu's like photo submission. They have tiny boats in real life, a whole box of them, and that is adorable. I wish I had a box full of tiny boats. I technically have more than one pipe cleaner canoe running around. You know, they run. That's what they do. But anyway, let's actually get on to the tiny boats themselves. And this is in no particular order. First off, we have a whole bunch of them by Amphitrite. There's just like... I don't know, just a bunch of tiny boats they made in the past. So we're just going to go here. I'm going to do it like this. This is a baby bulwark. It's a baby! Baby bulwark, do. Like, you can see, like... it's actually got stuff clipping... it's got a barrel clipping straight through the back there, which I don't think was part of the plan. But, yeah, so... when was this made? This was... I don't know when this was actually made, but that is definitely a baby bulwark. And there's a Corvette roll. Another little tiny boat. What the hell am I looking at? I think this is a prototype. Part of the problem with tiny boats is just trying to keep them stable, because even the smallest wave will screw this up. Okay, hold on, let's see that. This is 4,000 blocks, 100,000 materials. We need to spot an actual bulwark to have a look at these. And then we've got the Pengu Lorg. What am I looking at? That is some kind of penguin. It is a submarine, which is not really the tiny boat I was after, but you know what? That'll do. And we got another small submarine, which is not a tiny boat, but like, I'll accept it because like, these are the friends of the baby bulwark. In fact, I'm going to delete these submarines. They're not- you didn't see them! You didn't see them! I didn't see them either. What? No, there's only tiny boats. Let's spawn in a marauder for them to shoot at, just for giggles. Just, you know... and I'm really curious to see if that gun back there does... it does do the thing. Baby bulwark, do. I didn't know you could do this, actually. How can you do this? Is that? I didn't know this was a thing. Oh, what? There's an AI mainframe up there. What a wacky tiny boat this is. Wacky, wacky tiny boat. When was this baby bulwark made? And what? Oh, whoa. That's a lot of AI. I think someone just didn't... I think this was made a while ago. It's just got, like, little mainframes all over the place. Oh no! And there's the floor of tiny boat. That's AI dead. That is impressive. We need to spawn in more marauders. But now, moving on from Amphitrite's little tiny boat collection, what do we have here? We have Dr. Kreutz's Adventure Raft, and I believe Dr. Kreutzer was, this thing is actually the starting vehicle for Dr. Kreutz's custom adventure campaign, Contested Mist. I've done a video on that, and like future me, remember to link that down in the description and the comments, because Contested Mist is hilariously fun because you actually fight sea monsters, or at the very least craft that look like sea monsters. It's really good. And that's just... what is that down there? I'm just having a brief look at all of these. That is a... ooh, that is a wireless camera. The laggiest thing in the world. So if I'm here... where is yonder wireless camera? Video screen. Right, which one do we want? Aha! That one. Alright then, so there's the Adventure Raft. Then we have the Cornisan Patrol Boat by GS Nerb. Ooh, tiny, tiny boat. These are all in fleet colors by the looks of it. So let's hop over to my standard black and white fleet colors, see how these look. Look at this tiny boat being... ooh, it's less than 2,000 materials. Ah, yeah, this really does show off, like, how the baby bulwark is, like, the cost is inflated just because of how many... just because of how many AI mainframes does this have? How many? Tell me your secrets, block counter. AI main... it has 12 of them. So, how expensive is an AI mainframe again? It's 300, so that explains why this thing is, that's 4,000 blocks. This is half than that, and it's about half the cost. So, no, that actually stacks up quite well. Let's have a look in here. Let's have a look at all these tiny boats. Ooh, that is an injector engine for sure. What is this engine? Oh, that is an injector engine. I was about to look at that and say, like, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Aha! And there you see the kind of compact shenanigans you need to do if you want to really have a compact little boat. What do these bullets fire? What bullet? What is your bullet? Teach me your bullet. AP Incendiary. Well, that's AP Frag. That is clearly mislabeled. Alright, they switched from AP Incendiary to AP Frag. So, oh. Reversing is difficult. It's a hard life being a tiny boat. A hard life being a... what is this? Alright, this thing's a hydrofoil. Alright, so, oh yeah, here's my submission then. Let's clear the stage a little bit, and... we've got a flamey stealth boat. So this is the thing I made, and I've made things like this before. Very standard BorderWise tiny boat build. What are you doing, sir? Let's spawn in a marauder over there. We might need to spawn in more than one. So yeah, this is just a flamethrower boat. Nothing amazing. It is, I think, the cheapest tiny boat so far. I should actually go have a look here. So this is 12,000 materials, 400 blocks. I do like a tiny boat. Tiny boats are very fun. How fast does this move? Alright, I think I did cave and make this thing a hydrofoil as well, because, like, you know, it's... oh, hydrofoils, they're so tempting. They're so delicious and tempting and also delicious. I'm trying to remember what this thing's based on. There are, like, real-life stealth boats, or at least prototypes of them. I do like... you know me, folks. I do like a... oh, dear. That didn't happen. This thing is totally cram-proof, I swear. Wee! Can you smell barbecued marauder? I can't, because that flame... let me show you how tiny that flamethrower is. Teeny tiny, itsy bitsy, teeny weeny polka dot bikini. Please do not stray in front of the Marauder. That's bad. Yeah, and a short-range tiny boat is a bad idea. So we need to... What do we need to do? We need to get a plucky torpedo motorboat. That's literally its name, by Motor Magier, also known as Driver. Let's get you in here. Teeny tiny torpedo thingy. Let's see here. Can this duo of tiny boats possibly do this? What the hell am I looking at? How does this thing launch its torpedoes? Does it launch its torpedoes? Man the torpedoes! Beware. Hang on a minute, let's see. The attack... Oh, that's an attack run! Proper torpedo thing. What? Like, it is really... Oh, there we go. Whoa, that almost... Well, thank goodness for tiny boat. And a tiny boat being, like, really hard to hit. Well, not that hard to hit, honestly. Hard to hit for with the Marauder's wacky crams, I guess. I think... How tiny is this tiny boat? Oh, it's even cheaper than my tiny boat! And it's less than 200 blocks. This is the tiniest boat. It's not a it's not a competition, but if it was for tiniest boat, I think Driver would be winning. All right, so now we have Ribbed for Her Pleasure, which may or may not be the thumbnail of this damn video by Azuzu. She's got a bit of a reputation now in the... Well, there we go. A Deco Cope penis. I mean, it's not a penis. What are you talking about? What? No. No, you're crazy. Also, that... It's a dick that very slowly drifts, and it is a rear side. What does that say? Ribbed for her pleasure. Azuzu, you just lied to us. This is not ribbed. Is it a front-sider? It is. Yeah, like front-siding with... What maneuver does it have? It has a... Oh, it has a 6-axis maneuver. Why did you use the 6-axis? That's like the worst behavior. So we got like a penis just like flopping around like this, you know, as you do. We've got our little flame-throwing friend right here. We have a wonderful armada of tiny boats, don't we? Alright, is this Marauder dead yet? No, it isn't. I think our larger and more formidable tiny boats we've already seen. Let's get the TB1 by Lachlan in here. What does this one look like? Oh, it's another torpedo boat. Oh, I like this one. This looks boaty. This looks very boaty. Let's have a look at the... It's not moving. It's having trouble moving. No! Wait, no. More Marauders on the horizon. Go forth, tiny boats. Yay! No! Friendly fire! Friendly fire! Okay, not that friendly fire. It's okay. Wow, look at this little fella. It's steaming right along. I like this. Kind of semi-realistic. Not 100% realistic, but yeah, PT boat. PT boat indeed. Let's see if my boat gets crammed right in the face, just like last time. That was close, wasn't it? Uh-oh. Yay! The tiny boat squad is taking on boats which are less tiny. They are underdogs in every sense of the word. It's so delightful. This sounds like a... Let's have a look at the innards of this. I know I've been horribly inconsistent, but meh, I'm hot and sticky. What is the armor on these things? Poles! Bare minimum armor! Compromise of health and air gap. Honestly, you can stick whatever kind of armor you want on a tiny boat. It doesn't matter. The things go down really easily. Alright, here's the Type 24 by Luna. Let's have a look-see. Woo! That's a decently big tiny boat. Right, what is that? Alright, so it doesn't have turret restrictions. What is it? What is this behavior? Aha! This one's being strange. Also, interesting thing right there. It's got the forward... What do we call it? Is this thing just breadboarded? Hold on a minute. Nope. No breadboards. No behavior. Oh, I think it might have an automatic thing. Oh, it's got a lot of missiles. Oh, this is a big... formidable tiny boat. We're gonna need 3 more Marauders on the horizon. Hold on, I want to have a look-see here. Ah, yes. Rubber. Oh, it's got remote-guided missiles. That explains a lot. Alright, so if I was an AI mainframe... AI routine card, that is... What is that? Where? It doesn't have any behavior at all, it looks like. I'm confused. Wait, does it just have projectile avoidance? That's it? It's got a ship or tank maneuver. But what is this? Huh, interesting. I didn't say they were fully optimized tiny boats. Remember, this is not a competition. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's a competition for my heart. So far, I think, honestly, I think Driver's Tiny Boat is like, it has a special place in my heart. But there's one more, the Zippy Steam by the Okami Kit. Look, what the hell is that? Oh, that's funny. This is what the... Oh no, collision? Ah, no, we've got a tiny boat collision. Oh no, my boat, of course my boat would be the one to do this. Thankfully my boat will get back to the surface eventually. Oh no! I have violated... Oh, phew, no, I haven't violated. I've not violated anything. Thank goodness. Alright, so now I want to see all these tiny boats together as a big family. Right, so we're gonna have a look at the tiny boats by Amphibian. So we've got the... Where's the Corvette roll? Where did it go? Because that's a bit... Where is the Corvette roll? Where are you? Oh, you're... Oh, dear. Okay, let's not do that. Oops. Actually, I want to see what happens here. That seems unfortunate. Oops. Note to self, if you try and, like, drag spawn in multiple vehicles at once, it goes badly. So, we're learning things here. So, Corvette roll, multiple things by Amphibian, Adventure Raft, Cornica, Flamey Stealth Boat, These Do Not Collide With Each Other, Torpedo Motorboat, Ribbed For Her Pleasure, TV1, Type 24, and Zippy Steam. Please no collisions, people. You know what to do. It's raining man. Hallelujah, it's raining man. Amen. Okay, so I think I know what the largest... I think here... Wait, 3,000 blocks? How did you still do this? That's not what was supposed to happen. Okay, so 4,000 blocks, alright. So the Baby Bulwark is the largest tiny boat we have, and I think the most expensive. Although... Nope, it isn't the most expensive. Type 24 is the most expensive tiny boat we have. Oh no, more collisions! So many tiny boats! Tiny boats! And I think the smallest and cheapest tiny boat is Driver's Lucky Torpedo Motorboat, which is less than 7,000 materials, less than 200 blocks. And yeah, it's just a mess of tiny boats. Which one will make the thumbnail, I wonder? I love all of these, though. I love a tiny boat. It's why I arranged that, yeah, it's why I, let's repair this guy. It's why I chose tiny boats to be the theme. The current theme, and that's definitely not going to, date this video at all, is, oh dear, more collisions. Oh no, the tiny boats! Oh no! The left testicle! The most squishy and soft testicle. It has been damaged. What was I saying? Alright, so the current month's, building, event thing is helicopters, so look forward to that. Hopefully show you some sweet helis in roughly a month or so. And, yeah, thank you everyone who built a tiny boat for November. It's, like, much appreciated. I do like to see a tiny boat. And I am delighted by these tiny boats. This one is, like, still tiny. Like, that one of the main reasons I want to see this is to see people's, like, different, in like, definition of what actually is small in From the Depths and what isn't. Because it's subjective. Like, not everyone just goes by the neatest standard. I assure you that by Azuzu's, by Azuzu standards, this is a tiny, tiny thing, which is fine. Size doesn't matter. Size, like, you know, it's not the size, it's how you use it. Okay? Don't judge anyone. Especially not me. Oh dear, this one is having a bit of a sink. Why are you having a bit of a sink? Did you... What happened? Alright, let's get our entire fleet of tiny boats to wander over somewhere. Is this going to be complete chaos? Yes, it is. It's going to be a complete chaos of tiny boats, and I think a lot of them are kind of... This one's dancing. Giasnerb, you have a dancing boat. Oh no! This one is heavily damaged. Now it's not heavily damaged. Thank goodness for tools. Where? Oh no! Whoops. That was unfortunate. And we're gonna have another collision here. I'm just watching tiny boats collide with each other. This is peak content, I would have you know. This is peak! You will not find content like this anywhere else on the internet, and there might be a reason for that. Where'd the tiniest boat go? There we go. Tiniest boat. Again, not a competition, I genuinely just want to see what people do. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video about tiny boats. And thank you everyone who built a tiny boat. I am delighted by your tiny boats, and I'm looking forward to seeing what things you build in the future, tiny or otherwise. And so, again, if you want to get in on this, it's, like, you get in the Patreon Discord, and you can submit things for the monthly building event, and we will look at them, and we will laugh, and we will have a good time. It's great! So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon, or YouTube membership if you like, it really helps. And this one perks for you, like access to the Patreon Discord, where you see tiny boats. Well, where you can participate or like get direct access to the blueprints that you see in building events like this. It's not a competition unless you want it to be. Compete against yourself first and foremost. And yeah, check me out on Twitch and on my other channels. It's a good time over there. We're currently working our way through the Plutono custom campaign. Playtesting, building, playtesting again. It's a good time. I'm like playing through Sacred 2 over on my second channel. It's taken a really long time, so go check that out. And do give the Art VOD channel a bit of love. It's good background noise, except when it isn't, except when it is. So, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. May the tiny boats favor you, and I'll see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell. Tiny boats look really tiny, especially when you zoom out all the way. And then they get bigger! Actually, no, that looks really tiny.